was all set for a big day today to take my new DJI Mini 3 for its maiden flight. Of all things, you can see behind me the sky. Beautiful clouds, beautiful day. What's foiling me is the wind. After years of putting this decision off, or just otherwise finding excuses to not buy a drone, I finally did it this year, and with all of this wind, I don't know that many people would fault me for being a little careful with the wind conditions. According to my app, the wind gusts are between 26 and 30 miles an hour here at the ground, and I don't know that anybody would fault a brand new drone pilot for being a little careful. It took me a long time to pull the trigger on this decision, and the last thing I want to do is dump my brand new drone in the Mississippi. So I am bummed that the weather didn't cooperate today. I'm looking at the app and it looks like there might be some relief in the gusts as the afternoon wears on, closer to dinner time. I may try to come back up here and try again. Just depends what we have going on at home. And I'll keep an eye on the app. If we can get back here, I certainly will. So it looks like coming back a little later in the evening. The wind is kind of hit and miss, but according to the app, it's not as gusty as it was this afternoon. So I'm going to try and just do some basic flying around maneuvers with this thing just to see if I can get familiar with it and get a feel for it. I'm not even sure how loud this thing is yet, so I'm going to test that out and hopefully get some views of the river. But again, I'm not a pro at this. I've never done this before, and I'm just hoping to get the camera to work, not to crash, and to get the thing back. So let's see how this goes. Close. So I've taken a couple of laps around the field here, high, low. First impressions, it's a little weird, you know, when it's coming at you, right is left, left is right. Trying to stay away from the river. I just really don't want to drop this thing in the drink. Again, very super quiet. The camera is amazing. The zoom and just the sharpness of the camera, I'm blown away. I had a guy come up and ask me some questions. We had a nice little chat. He just got an e-bike. So we talked about that and talked about the drone. And I'm glad I have this space close to my house where I can practice with this thing. It's pretty obvious that I'm going to need some practice. I tried doing some circles around me with just kind of with the goal of keeping myself in the center of the frame to just kind of get used to how that feels and how the controls feel. Controls are pretty sensitive. I know that's adjustable, but I am really stoked about the possibilities and what can be created with this kind of a tool and how it can enhance some of the creative work I'm doing. So I'm going to keep at it. If I get really good stuff, I'm going to start clipping it into some of my content. You guys can let me know what you think. Do you have a DJI Mini 3? If you have any tips, please feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions about my approach or anything that I've done, if you saw me do anything incorrect or something that's just not cool, drop it in the comments. Roast me. Let me know. I'd rather know than hurt somebody or take a chance at getting into some kind of trouble. So thank you again for being patient. I appreciate you coming back with me this evening, and I will see you all again next weekend. Take care.